Our Johnny G has been in Fort Washington, Maryland all morning long. He joins us now live with a look at conditions in southern Prince George's County. John?
Good morning, Jimmy. And for so many out here, it has already been a long, snowy day. I was just talking to this contractor who drives this salt and plow truck. He just pulled into this 7-Eleven to get a break, maybe a nice warm cup of coffee. He's in the middle of what is a 24-hour shift for him. And these guys have been working hard all morning long. You see that front-end loader there being used to clear the parking lot here in this area. This is southern Prince George's County, Fort Washington to be exact, where we got at least 6 inches of snow. We're going to walk over here and trek over to the roadway just to kind of give you a sense of what we're dealing with this morning. Take a look. The top of this transformer here, that gives you an idea of how much snow has fallen here in this area, a good 6 inches at least. And here's the situation. Some of the main thoroughfares, nothing's clear. I mean, we haven't seen much pavement at all morning long, but some of the main thoroughfares like Livingston Road over here, definitely passable, but when you have the back roads like Caddy Drive right behind me here, well, take a look. Not one plow has come through here yet because so many of these trucks are taking care of the main thoroughfares. So if you step out here, it's even hard to tell the difference between the sidewalk and the road here. No plow at all. So that's what you're going to run into this morning as you drive through the area. You see this car having a hard time at the top of the hill here, having a hard time pulling into the 7-Eleven here. Try to clear as much snow off of the car as possible. If you are coming out, you definitely want to clear as much snow as possible, not only for yourself, but also for the neighboring commuters out here, because it's going to be very slow going. And as you can see, I mentioned not a whole lot of pavement this morning, even though plows have come through here a number of times. As far as the main thoroughfares, 210 and Livingston Road, it is very messy. And not only is it very snowy out here, but at last check, only about 15 degrees here. So all of this snow will soon become very hard and crusty and even harder to get around. Reporting live in Fort Washington this morning, John Gonzalez, ABC 7 News. Ladies, back to you inside.
John, thank you for the update. Well, from Maryland to Virginia now, we want to get out to our Jeff Goldberg, who is live for us in Fredericksburg, Virginia, where he has been for the last 3 hours now. And Jeff, lots of snow still behind you.
Yeah, lots of snow out here. You know, Johnny G was just talking about the idea how cold it is outside and how all this snow, we're probably looking at about 6 to 7 inches in that range here in Fredericksburg. It's not going anywhere because of that cold weather. And we've been out here all morning, and this has been a kind of an interesting hub of activity at the moment. You can probably see, Chris, if you can kind of get back there, we have a tractor kind of in the background there. And then in the foreground, we have a pickup truck that is doing some plowing here. So this really has been a lot of activity in terms of the plowing going on here, and a gentleman over here to the right, I don't know, he kind of stopped for the moment, but he had a snowblower going. We can certainly see that the trucks really are out in pretty full force out in Fredericksburg. Let's take a quick shift over here, Chris. This is Route 3 in Fredericksburg, a main road, and we know that VDOT, we've seen them out all morning long. In this section of town, in the Fredericksburg, Stafford County part of Virginia, VDOT has 900 pieces of equipment, 900 trucks out there on the roads that are trying to plow and get the work done. 3,800 pieces of equipment in the farther northern Virginia areas of Loudoun and Fairfax and Arlington, those areas. Now, for drivers and for the plow truck drivers, it's been a tough morning out there.
It's pretty bad.
Yeah?
Yeah, the roads are still pretty messy, and finally the traffic started to die down, so I think maybe we can start to get our job done.
It's tough. It's really difficult, challenging, because it's raining, wet with precipitation, is very slippery.
Very slippery indeed, and as promised, the snowblower is going outside of the Arby's. That last woman we just heard from, she had traveled from Atlanta on her way to Maryland. She says it's taken upwards of 16 to 17 hours. She's not been able to go above 35, 40 miles an hour, just to give you some idea of how difficult and slow going the conditions are on the road. One piece of good news, because everything is basically closed today, and obviously the holiday yesterday, it does seem, at least from what we are seeing, that a lot of people are heeding that warning from VDOT and other government agencies saying to stay off the road. And if you do have to go on the road, certainly drive with caution. That is definitely something we are seeing out there from motorists in the Fredericksburg area. That is good news, not only to keep things safe, but also to give those plow trucks plenty of room to work out there on the roads. Ladies, back to you in the studio.